It is Tuesday, August 2, 2016. We're pleased to bring you today's edition of the Government News Brief. Welcome. In the news, Prime Minister wants Guyanese to unite to develop their country. Economic spin-offs from Guyana's 50th present new opportunities for economic growth, and NARI pushes agricultural diversification. Stay tuned as we bring you the details of these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Azim Khan. Here now are the details. Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu is calling on Guyanese to put their differences aside and work together as the country is poised to soon become an oil and gas producing state. Details in this report.
The Prime Minister told Gina that Guyana would have come out of the doldrums of backwardness of a people suffering from wants and needs, and now to tap into the country's natural resources. A long-standing advocate for national unity in Guyana, the Prime Minister says it is a good time for the country to revisit national unity.
National unity is not only a slogan. National unity is the soul of our country's security. Without it, we are nothing. And therefore, all the negatives that we hear, that political leaders, for whatever reasons, I don't mind people being ambitious, but come on, look at the need for our people to weld themselves together, to build national cohesion, rather than try to sow the seed of distrust, the seed of division, the seed of ethnic hatred.
The Prime Minister and the leader of government business in the National Assembly is renewing his call to the political opposition, all social partners, trade unions, women and youth organizations to come forward and condemn all attempts at dividing the nation.
I also want to open the door once again to have dialogue with all who would wish to have that dialogue. As Prime Minister, I have stated that I have offered the opposition an olive branch. I still have that olive branch in my hand, and I'm offering that olive branch once again. Let us engage meaningfully. Let us engage as fraternal organizations, government and opposition, with one interest, one agenda, one hope that we can serve Guyana, we could unite Guyana, and we can make this country better.
On the occasion of the Emancipation Day celebration, the Prime Minister hopes that there can be a second wave of emancipation with Guyanese coming forward to free themselves of ethnic distrust and ethnic division to make Guyana a unified country. Government News Brief, Glendon Greenwich.
Minister of Finance Winston Jordan says the economic spin-offs from Guyana's 50th anniversary celebration gains must be built upon its exceeded expectations and presented new opportunities for economic growth. More in this Kadaki Amsterdam report.
The Jubilee Independence opportunities should not be seen as one-off, but rather as a springboard for expansion of the country's tourism and the craft sectors. Minister Jordan explains.
At the level of tourism industry, the handicraft, for the first time they said they made some money. We need to build on things like the handicraft, the restaurants and so on, in terms of the cuisine that we may offer and so on. And subsequent to that, some people became interested in the country. So we need to do the follow-ups and so forth. They came and they spent monies, and all persons smile. What we need to do is to build on those.
The Finance Minister pointed out that even as the Jubilee observances have come to an end, many other events will continue to boost the country's economic growth.
Jubilee would have been the masterpiece of it all, but there are a range of events that are going on in Guyana that will be going on from now till to December, when the other season kicks in. We just recently held the heads of government, followed by the Hague convention, followed by a number of other activities that are going on in the country.
Additionally, government's public sector investment program and the conclusion of wages and salaries negotiations will add to the buoyancy of the local economy.
Don't forget, in any case, we haven't even paid the salary increases yet. We're still in negotiation. So by the time the people get the increase, they have to get at least the back pay going back to January. Okay? So that will also be a boost in the economy. And I expect this second half, when it comes to the implementation of the public sector investment program, to be far, far better than the slope that we had in the first half.
Minister Jordan also pointed out that the country's economy is on a steady growth path of approximately 4%. Kidaki, Amsterdam, for Government News Brief.
The Ministry of Social Protection's automated distribution system for old age pension will be in place by January 2017 to ensure greater efficiency, accountability and transparency. All old age pensioners will be required the new National Identification Card to collect their old age pension in 2017. Hence, the Ministry is requesting that all old age pensioners who do not have the 9-digit identification cards issued in the last registration cycle by the Ghana Elections Commission upgrade their national identification cards. The new system will only use the 9-digit national identification cards. Pensioners are advised to capitalize on the ongoing registration process at the Guyana Elections Commission's offices in their areas to have the new national identification cards if they have not done so already. Residents from several hinterland communities in Region 1 were engaged in meetings through an ongoing exercise with Minister Sidney Allicock and team over the weekend. Details in this report.
As part of government's program to ensure that indigenous communities are adequately catered for in the 2017 national budget, residents of communities of Asakata, Santa Rosa, Moruko, Kwabana and Warapoka participated in discussions and raised issues with the Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock and his team. Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock reminded residents of their importance.
We as a Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs sees ourselves as the support to development in the hinterland, especially in the indigenous communities. And I would like to say that you are very important. And don't make yourself talk as though you are less than the people on the coast.
When asked by Jean about the meeting, this was the Warapoka residents' response.
I was really glad to have the minister here today for the first time in this new government. I felt good as well to share our concern with him. We just hope that, as life would be, maybe not right we will get our benefits, but we just hope we work together closely as well.
It was not bad, it was good. It is good.
What are your overall perception of it?
The people responded quite good. They actually gave the minister their views about how they would like to see the community develop in a more better way.
I appreciate the government. Well, I know that they're doing a good job. At least he shows it concern for us that where he can hold our views, which is very important to the environment here in the community of Warapoka.
It was great for the minister coming here in my village, Warapoka, and I think it will be a great accomplishment for our village in the next budget.
Minister Allicock visited several indigenous communities along the Pomeroon River in Region 2 and held meetings in St. Monica and Wakapao and Akiwini in the last few weeks. For the Government News Brief, Sinika Thorne reporting.
The Ministry of Agriculture's National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI, is encouraging farmers to practice production of non-traditional crops as emphasis is placed on agricultural diversification. Details in this report.
Over 30 farmers were educated on the cultivation of cassava and sweet potato through sessions focused mainly on drainage and irrigation, along with fertilization. The National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI, recently took its Farmers Field School to farmers in Parika, West Bank, Demerara, as part of its diversification program.
The cassava project, basically, what we utilize as the improved production practices is the use of irrigation system. Irrigation system, fertilization, the use of granule fertilizers, we use the 12-12-17-2, as well as the biostimulants. Biostimulants is pretty much new. We did recently, as last year, a project where we utilized biostimulants to test against the different varieties of cassava. And we recognize that the use of biostimulant has increased yield tremendously. So this is one of the technology that we want to bring forward to farmers. In the fields, you're going to have an opportunity to see exactly what we're talking about. The implementation of these projects was geared to give you feedbacks, give you information, give you first-hand experience on the results that we would have gained from previous experiments.
The farmers participated in discussions through the interactive sessions both in-house and in the fields. Female participants were also welcomed by Extension Officer Beecham, who said that the participation of females is an excellent sign since agriculture is often associated with males. Pumpkin is another major crop which is targeted under the Ministry's Agricultural Diversification Project, ADP. This undertaking is part of NARI's efforts to expand its products and diversify its crops. The Guyana Agricultural Diversification Program, GADP, funded by the United Kingdom Department for International Development, DFID, was initiated in February 2013 with the overall goal of increasing economic growth, rural incomes, and reducing poverty by supporting agricultural diversification in Guyana. The program was designed to continue the USAID-funded Guyana Trade and Investment Support Project, GTIS, in order to increase the export of non-traditional agriculture from Guyana to markets in the Caribbean, Europe, and the USA, while facilitating commercial sustainability. For this government news brief, Namela Baines-Rowe.
The Ministry of Public Health Food Policy Division will hold its annual Nutrition Awareness Week from August 3 to 4, 2016 under the theme Healthy Eating and Active Living, You, Your Health and Your Future, targeting pregnant teenagers. This year, the Food Policy Division is taking the two-day outreach to Region 10, where participants will be exposed to educational and practical sessions on a number of pertinent topics. These sessions will be conducted at the Linden Enterprise Network. Those are the reports we covered in today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on GINA's website. We encourage you to stay updated and subscribe to our website and YouTube channel. All government and other information can be accessed from GINA's website. Do join us again tomorrow when we bring you another edition of this, the Government News Brief. Thank you for watching.